What is the biggest unsolved mystery in human history? I love unsolved mysteries, but one that always gets me is the murder of Missy Beavers. She was killed in the early morning at a church that she taught yoga at. Security footage from the church showed the murderer roaming the halls of the church all night, but that's not what's weird. What's weird is that the murderer was dressed head to toe in police riot gear. It is the weirdest and eeriest video footage and is just unsettling. There's lots of theories, but her murder has never been solved, and I believe there hasn't even been a real suspect in the case. I don't know about all night, but the two big shoes always freaked me out too. Why I'm still single. You're too attractive. Ooh. So I have a personal experience, sort of. My father had a co-worker who was a great guy. Good at his work, fun to talk to, nobody had any complaints about him. He lived in an apartment right next to work, so the night watchman at the workplace would see him whenever he went out. So one night, he went out in his pajamas, talking on his cell phone, nodded at the watchman. The watchman didn't think much of it. After all, it's not all that weird to take a walk even though it was quite late. He didn't think much of it. The watchman didn't see him come back, but he figured he missed him when he went on his bathroom break probably. But the guy didn't show up at work the next day. Someone from work went to check up and he wasn't there. Nothing was disturbed, he was just gone. Everyone thought he had dropped dead, killed by thugs or an accident or some medical condition. The workplace filed a police report. Here's when it gets weird. It turns out, the guy had created a fake identity. Any credentials he had given were fake. The references he had given had never heard of him. The family address he'd given didn't exist. The police didn't find anything illegal in the apartment, but they didn't find anything that would give a clue as to who he was either. We moved away a few years ago, but I don't think the case was ever solved. It's definitely the best unexplained mystery that I've personally come across. Edit: to answer some questions, I don't live in the US and there's no concept of witness protection here that I know of. My father was a pathologist at a women's hospital in a very small town, and the guy worked as his technician. He definitely had some experience in the field before he joined. The job also wasn't a well-paid one, as many employees would quit quite frequently. Maybe he was a spy. Why every restaurant only ever serves Pepsi instead of Coca-Cola? I'm sure there's some conspiracy going on besides costs. Pepsi bought several food franchises. Pizza Hut, Taco Bell and KFC plus others. Big companies shouldn't be allowed to buy other types of companies. Seriously, I thought we were against monopoly. We know how it ends. An active one in the archaeology world is the exact time frame of when humans made it to the Americas. The date keeps getting pushed back with more controversial discoveries that then just turn to evidence as they pile up. It's a fascinating story to see unfold. Yep. And history books aren't exactly changing either. They found human remains 100k years older than thought, and that completely destroys the current land bridge theories. In Australia, in 2011, someone broke into a TV station and spent 4 hours flushing $100,000 down the toilet. In Australia. About to head into the sewers. Dear God, as if the surface critters weren't bad enough, you want to add a river of shite into it as well. The location of the mysterious clitoris. Many men have searched for it, but to this day its location remains a mystery. The Tunguska event, in 1908, a massive explosion occurred in a remote region of Siberia. The blast, which was estimated to be between 10 and 15 megatons in size, flattened an area of forest roughly the size of Tokyo. Despite extensive research, the cause of the explosion remains a mystery. The WOW! Signal. In 1977, a radio signal was detected from space that was so strong and unusual that the astronomer who discovered it wrote, "Wow," in the margin of his notes. Despite numerous attempts to detect the signal again, its origin and meaning remain unknown. The Voynich manuscript, a mysterious manuscript dating back to the 15th century that is written in an unknown script and contains illustrations of plants, astronomical diagrams, and other enigmatic symbols. Despite decades of study and speculation, the manuscript's meaning and purpose remain unknown. The Bermuda Triangle, a region in the western part of the North Atlantic Ocean where numerous ships and airplanes have disappeared under mysterious circumstances. While some experts attribute these incidents to natural phenomena or human error, others believe that there may be supernatural or extraterrestrial forces at work. The Alps murders. To this day not only is there no suspect but seemingly absolutely no motive to the murders of the Ulhili family and a completely unrelated French cyclist. The police don't even know who the target was. The more you look at the case, the more questions there are. The victims were killed in the manner of a professional hit, but using a gun that no professional would use. The gunman was experienced and calm enough to leave the scene quickly and efficiently, so much so that the cyclist on the scene minutes behind Molière saw and heard absolutely nothing. The murders though were uncontrolled and carried out in broad daylight where anybody could have chanced upon the scene. Indeed, had Sard not beached his car trying to escape, most of the victims may have survived. No suspect. No motive. No clear target. Weird mix of professional hit and complete novice. This case baffles me utterly. I dearly hope to see it solved one day. Why do hot dogs come in packages of 8 when hot dog buns come in packages of 6?